Hey guys, it is Brent Abel here at webtennis.com and want to welcome you to another live video here on my YouTube channel, the Web Tennis YouTube channel. And what I want to talk about today is what the title of this pod or of this live video is, which is, a ton of practice is never a guarantee. And just kind of before we get into it, just want to had 7 hours in the car today driving up from the desert in California up here to our Northern California home. I'm going to be up here for a while. So if you're up in the Northern California area, let me know. Let's get together. We can get a cup of coffee, or if it's later in the day, maybe a cold beer or something like that. But just either shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com, or just leave a comment down below in any of my videos here over at YouTube, and would love to either get together in person, or we can spend 10 minutes. I do offer a free complimentary 10-minute coaching call where we can work on, what's the one thing in your game right now that's really kind of holding you back from getting the result that you want. But look, guys, today, one thing I want to talk about is the title of this, of this live video, which is, a ton of practice is no guarantee. And back in the day when I was really getting coached by Tom Stowe, who, a lot of you guys don't know who Tom Stowe is, especially if you're younger. But, he coached a Grand Slam champion, Don Budge, during the year when Budge won the Grand Slam in 1938. I know that was decades ago, but still, you got to give it up to this guy for coaching someone who did something that only one other man, Rod Laver, did. Laver did it twice, right, in 62 and in 69. But Budge did it, and he was the only other guy. So I got a chance to work with Don Don Budge's coach, Tom Stowe, for a year and a half, and I felt like, man, I have just, this is like a kid in a candy store. I've somehow landed in the lap of this guy, and I'm going to give myself up to Tom Stowe here for 18 months. And I just figured if I just practiced my ass off every day, that I would be able to sort of make my tennis like a total guarantee, right? If I work hard enough, that it's going to be a guarantee that every time I go out there and play a match, I'm going to be able to, for example, the topspin forehand. I'm going to be able to drive this topspin forehand like a Stowe forehand, like I do in practice, over and over and over again in matches. And, it was frustrating because it obviously never worked out like that. There was never, ever a guarantee. I could never, ever kind of perfect it, right? To where I think that a lot of guys, and I used to do this. I used to think if I keep working hard enough on this thing, I'll be able to perfect it in a way that it becomes a stone cold guarantee when I play matches. And the problem with that mindset is that you might have that sense in practice. You might have that sense in a practice session, or some guys feeding you balls, and you're just over and over, you're just nailing this topspin forehand just absolutely perfect. But once you get in the match, there's so many variables. Like one day you can go out and you can actually hit a lot of really great topspin forehands, but but the next day, it's just not the same. There's way too many things that affect the matches. I mean, it could be that it could be the weather from day to day. Could be a different opponent. It could be that you woke up that day, didn't feel as good as you did yesterday, or it could be something else that's just going on. And so I don't want you to discourage. I don't want to discourage you from practicing a ton, because that's where you give yourself the best chance. If you've got the right mindset and practice, and you take and then you kind of transform, I shouldn't transform, but you transfer that practice mindset over to your real matches, whether it's, tournaments or leagues or just a regular practice fun match. You're better off practicing more than not practicing enough. But you got to accept the reality. There could be some days when you just don't have it, man, where it's not a guarantee. And on those days, for me, what I found is I used to get so frustrated. I used to fight it. I go crazy. I go, this isn't right. I've been practicing my butt off now for months. Shouldn't this be happening every time I go out and play? And that would frustrate me. And the more I got frustrated with it, the less I improved. I sort of got in my own way. So I finally had an epiphany one day. Just first of all, it was the realization that it's never going to be perfect. It's never going to be a stone cold lock guarantee. And on those days when something's misfiring, when I'm not playing as well as maybe I did the day before, is that the more that I kind of look at that day as a day to just kind of relax and accept reality, the more that I would start to play a little bit better day in and day out. So I don't know if that's really the answer to to the tennis life, other than if you go out there and drill with a mindset that I've got to perfect it, that I've got to make it a guarantee so that it never, ever is a problem. I never miss a shot. I never, miss another topspin forehand again. Man, it's going to drive you crazy. It's going to drive you absolutely insane. So again, I don't want to discourage you from practicing. I want to make sure that you're out there working every day and feeling the ball and just going, what a great thing this tennis is. At the same time, tinkering with some stuff and working on some stuff and seeing what areas of your game, that you can actually get better at. For me, I think sometimes we put the cart in front of the horse, meaning that we go, if I practice enough, then I can take it out to the match court and everything's going to work out. And for me, it's the opposite. What I got to do is I got to go play tournaments. I got to play leagues. I got to play those practice matches where we're sort of counting, there's something that, well, I don't know, you're playing for a beer or whatever like that, but it counts for something. And what I find after the match, when I kind of do a post-match analysis, is that, this one thing I've been working my butt off on, this thing's really starting to settle in. It's starting to work, but it's this other area over here that I now know that I need to work on. Well, that's what I will take to practice. So I want to make sure, guys, that you've got enough practice matches in there. You've got enough league matches, enough tournament matches in there where that's the arena that you're discovering what parts of your game really need work, rather than thinking, well, God, if I just go out there for the next month and just groove this forehand to death, that it's going to never, ever be a problem in a match. So hey, guys, hope this helped you today. Couple things. Number one, would love to read and respond to your comments below. Baja California, good to see you with me again today. Thank you for being a regular on these live videos here at YouTube. But would love to read and respond to your comments about today or any other of the videos on my YouTube channel, the Web Tennis YouTube channel. I love to read and respond to them. And then the other thing is, if you're having problems with your topspin serve, meaning too many double faults, or that second serve is just going in there and just sitting up for your opponent, whether it's singles or doubles, I got a free course. I want to get you my free topspin serve course. And we're not working on the big hard flat serve that never goes in. I'm not going to teach you that. I want to show you how to make sure that you've got a reliable, no more double faults, high bouncing, call it a kick, but whatever it does, at worst, it gets out of the strike zone there for your opponents in singles and doubles. And I want to show you 3 basic fundamental core truths to the topspin serve that you got to have. Anyone can do them, but you really got to kind of make sure that you're not getting in your way and doing other things that are getting in the way of these 3 core truths about the topspin serve. The way to get that course, again, it's free. Just go over to webtennis.com, drop in your first name, email address, and you'll get immediate access to that course. Guys, in the meantime, until tomorrow, get out there today. Help someone else have a spectacular day. And yes, we will do this again tomorrow.